It's super cold in Phoenix. 80-something degrees today. We're wrapped up in sweaters and blankets.
It was warmer in San Diego yesterday.
Was it?
My friend Rachel texted me and she's like, oh, is it getting warm there? It's 87 here. And I was like, holy shit, 87?
That's not normal that San Diego's warmer than Phoenix. Well, maybe this time of year. I don't actually know. I just know that we're warmer in general. But anyways, hi guys.
Hi.
That's your daily weather report. Now back to you, Luminol Podcast, for your crime report.
For your murder talk.
For murder talks.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys like the last episode?
Yes.
It was hard to get... Yes, we did. It's maybe hard to get through our toxic relationships.
Oh, yeah, that's a doozy. I don't like to think about that one. We got, like...
I like to just skip that one. I was going to be like, oh, the Hacienda Rape and Carabo Mocoena. And then I was like, oh, nope, that was not the last one.
We had, like, a mini therapy session at the end.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Sort of. Anyways, hope you guys thought it was nice. Did you like the Super Bowl? We know, based on the poll we did on Instagram, that most of you guys did not give an F about it.
And neither do we.
It's actually happening right now while we're recording.
I got a text this morning and it was like, so you don't like the Super Bowl? We can't be friends. And I was like, okay.
You're like, I guess that's fine.
I was like, I don't understand football. And she was like, I repeat, we cannot be friends.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it'd be cool to be there, but one, I'm not J-Lo, and two, I don't have $1 billion, whatever the tickets cost.
What does J-Lo have to do with it?
Because celebrities, I feel like, always go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, but she's dating a baseball player.
Is she?
Yeah.
Am I doing sports ball controversies?
She's dating a baseball player, so she would not be caught dead at the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. She probably would.
Yeah.
She's probably there. I just drooled on myself. We need beer.
Yeah, I feel like we pre-gamed this a little bit and it wasn't enough. And
we're both tired today, so I feel like we're off our game, but we're going to get back on our game. Is that a new shelf?
No, that's always been there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person who will drive the same route to work every day for like a year, and then one day I'll look up and I'm like, whoa, did they just build that? And someone's like, no, that's been here for 30 years. I'm like, I won't notice a whole building.
Yeah, you just did that in my room. It's a nice little shelf.
I drove to work for months down Warner Road.
Yeah.
Like for months. And then one day I see like the giant GoDaddy building and I was like, whoa, I never noticed that before. Like, I'm not observant.
That's okay.
Before you guys start yelling at me, I'm looking at the road in front of me. I'm just not like turning my head and looking at.
Yeah, she's busy driving, guys.
Yeah.
Put your eyes down and drive.
And if someone else is driving, like, let's say you drive me to a restaurant one day, and then you're like, oh, let's meet there. You remember where it's at? No. If I'm not driving, I'm not paying attention.
Me too. Evan will be like, how do you not know how to get here? We've gone here 5 times. I'm like, you drove every time. Like, I was on my phone or, like, listening to music.
You don't pay attention.
Yeah, no. So, we're going to have, we've been doing, again, the beers from the places our crimes took place. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one for where mine took place, Kansas. Now, I know we have a lot of listeners in Kansas.
Send us some fucking beers.
Gabrielle, she's in Kansas, right? Am I making this up? I might be making it up.
Yeah, Gabrielle lives in Kansas.
But I could not find a beer from Kansas to save my life at the Total Wine.
Where the fuck is your beer?
Yeah, where's our mail? Get us some beer. Anyway, so because of that, I'm doing a beer from my home state, Oregon. It is from Rogue Brewing, and it's the Honey Kolsch. It is a Kolsch-style ale brewed with Rogue Farms Hop Yard honey. It is 5.2% alcohol by volume, and looks and sounds delicious.
This is actually fitting because today, Christy and I finally decided what tattoos we're going to get together.
What?
And we're going to get bumblebees.
Oh.
Because we call each other Bumble Bay because Christy and I met on Bumble on the friend part.
Right. That's so clever.
And so we always text each other and we're like, hey, Bumble Bay. So we decided to get Bumblebee tattoos.
That's amazing.
I've been trying to get her to get a tattoo with me forever. But unlike us, she will not just go get a random alien head tattooed on her body. She puts a lot of thought into it, which is great.
She'll not just drink a bottle of wine, order a giant pizza, and decide we're going to get alien tattoos in the morning.
Like Caitlin did. Yeah.
And Sarah did that too.
So if you guys don't know, let's cheers first.
Yes.
Ooh, that's really good. It's very hoppy, but very sweet and smooth. But not too sweet. Like, it's very smooth.
Ooh, and the aftertaste is really nice, very crackery. It's made with honey,
It is buttery.
If you like more mellow beers but want to delve into something a little more curious, then you'll really like this one. And also it's made from 119 colonies of bees. that are carefully kept and fed. That's nice.
Save the bees.
Yep.
Forgive me if I already told this story, and you can yell at me if I have,
Okay.
but the origin of the alien head tattoos was Sarah and Christy came to my house, and Caitlin and Christy cannot drink together without drinking together.
Now, Caitlin's referring to herself in the third person right now.
Yes, she is. So, like, Sarah and I can go have, like, a drink or two.
Yeah, and be done.
Christy and I cannot. We're incapable, so we just kept drinking and drinking wine. And at one point, drunk Caitlin was like, let's get tattoos tomorrow. We should get alien heads. And then
Yeah. And
Sarah
then I was like, okay.
And then the next morning, I wake up at like 11:30 in the morning, or like 10:30, like super hungover.
Because she drank too much. I did not drink too much.
No, Sarah left, and Christy and I kept drinking till midnight.
Yeah. While Caitlin was asleep, I booked a tattoo appointment.
Yeah, I wake up to this text, and Sarah goes, she texts me like 3 times, and she's like, okay, I booked us appointments. Like, hello, we have appointments at 1:30. And I wake up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I, like, as soon as I wake up, I'm like, I have to throw up. And I run to the bathroom, but I don't throw up. And I think it was at that point, then I lay back in bed, and then I look at my phone, and I'm like, what? She took me seriously? And then I was gonna bail, but then Sarah was like, come on, Kendra's coming with us. And I was like, shit, okay. It takes me forever to get ready because I'm trying not to throw up. It was rough. But we went and got tattoos. And then we went and drank more.
It was a good day, though.
It was a good day. Once
Yeah.
I had a Bloody Mary and some food, I felt better.
Yeah.
That's the story of why we got alien head tattoos.
Yeah, we'll just do it on a whim, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But Christy is like, you guys are crazy. I would never.
It's cute and it's small.
Yeah.
And he's my little alien
Well, and
friend.
everyone has their,
Yeah.
like, their differences on what you think of tattoos.
Yeah, we're not saying go just get tattoos without thinking about them. In fact, I'd never give anyone that advice.
No, like, I'm judging me for not thinking about what goes on my body permanently.
I feel like for me, it's almost like a freckle or something. Like now it's just a part of me, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, and I love it. Sarah and I got them in the same spot. Kendra got a different spot, but mine is not really on my ankle. It's kind of in between the front of my foot and the ankle, but it's high. So when I wear like cropped jeans and tennis shoes, you can just see a little alien head and that skin between, and I love it.
It's cute that it pops out. Like when I go to my bar class, like bar method or whatever, I wear long leggings and I have little socks on, and you can see it right between.
Yeah, I love it. It's that, like, so it's right in that little spot of skin where, like, between cropped pants and shoes would be.
Mind the gap. We've got aliens.
I love it. Mine is named Jeffrey.
Mine's Star. Did we do that on purpose?
Jeffree Star, we did.
Okay, little house cleaning. That was not the house cleaning I wanted to do.
Sarah, how dare you burp so loud?
That's how dare you. Okay, so we want to give a shout out to our newest patron, Arnie.
Arnie. What?
Is there a song with Arnie in it?
Hey, Arnie, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey, Arnie. Hey, Arnie.
There we go.
What?
What?
There is now.
Yeah, he's at home being like, what? No, but really, what?
It's like, and I revoke my Patreon membership.
It was nice being a member. Goodbye. Is that how you talk, Arnie? Leave us a voice message on Instagram and let us know.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
That is not how Arnie would talk. You stop spreading rumors about
Put the lotion in the basket.
Are you Yoda?
Oh, I've also been told, I guess this kind of fits under house cleaning, but I'm ignoring. I got critiqued on something and I'm ignoring the criticism.
What was it?
Some bitch who I love. She's my friend.
Oh, I was like, who?
It's not a random person. It's one of my good friends, but she flat out told me that I'm not allowed to do accents on the podcast anymore.
What?
And I disagree with her. So I'm going to ignore her.
Old chap, we disagree. That's my normal voice. I'm like,
Sausage. Sausage. Do you want to eat some sausage?
in my car. Another house cleaning note. I've had 2 people tell me, hey, when you introduce the ads in the middle of the episode, I don't always get an ad right there. And that's something that I'm just going to briefly explain because I work in advertising. So there's a fill rate when you have digital ads. Your fill rate will be like 85% is good. So whatever reason you're not in the percent that's getting that advertisement, so lucky you. So stop complaining.
Let's hear your story. What's our theme?
Oh my god. Well, we thought you guys would know because our theme is
Listener suggestions. That's right. We listened. You talked. You talked and we listened.
you suggested, we're telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, kitty.
Oh my god, Striker, our cat, who's so fat, is rolling around on his back.
Striker, come over here. Kitty, kitty, what's the matter?
Okay, this is gonna sound mean and Sarah's gonna get mad at me, but you guys have seen Family Guy, right? It's Peter the dad. Imagine him as a cat, and that's Striker.
He's not wrong.
That's Striker.
We are taking your suggestions, and it turns out we had a lot more than I remember having. I was like, wow, there's a lot to choose from here.
It was hard to choose, so we will do this theme again.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep sending in your suggestions. If there's a...
Sarah.
Stop. Caitlin.
I should somehow get a burp emoji tattoo somewhere.
Ew, I don't even know what that would look like. It's like puke without the puke. Imagine telling that to a tattoo artist. I want something that looks like puke.
Like someone is throwing up, but without the throw up.
Anyway. My story was a suggestion from Sue, one of our listeners.
Thank you, Sue.
We salute you.
We will not sue you. Do you like
all good.
soup?
How about sushi?
Are you watching the Super Bowl?
Okay. My story is about Sarah Gonzalez
Do you
McLean.
think Sue sews?
What?
Do you think Sue sews? Because then you could say Sue the... No, okay, bye. Tell your story.
And her victim, Hal Sasko.
Oh, a woman killer.
Yes.
Oh.
My sources are an article by Katie Moore for Providence Journal, an article by Caitlin Dornbos for Lawrence Journal World.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you. Findagrave.com. We love that place. An article by Michelle Pacansky and Melissa Stem for Fox 4KC News. And then caselaw.findlaw.com, which you haven't been there. If you haven't been there, they have like a lot of transcripts. Mm-hmm. Talking about the case of Sarah Gonzalez McLean, a woman who allegedly was being held as a sex slave by a pizza shop owner named Hal. She planned his murder and she carried it out in a disturbing manner in Kansas. So Sarah grew up in Topeka, Kansas. And at times she was in public school and at times she was homeschooled. And Sarah was a bit sheltered as she was growing up, according to her cousin Jenny. When Sarah was young, her life changed drastically, kind of overnight. So she was molested by one of her neighbors and her parents got a divorce around the same time. And to cope with both of those pains, she started using alcohol, often sneaking out of the house to party. And the neighbor that molested her, she was familiar with because he was a neighbor, but he did things like catch squirrels and, like, mutilate them and, like, hold them up to her and be like, if you don't, like, do this with me, this is what'll happen to you.
Oh, so Jeffrey Dahmer was her neighbor. Got it.
Yep, just one of those guys. So when Sarah was...
That guy's in prison now for fucking killing someone.
They didn't say his name in any of the articles, but I'm like, I bet he ended up murdering somebody.
Yeah, he's in prison.
Yeah, he better be. So when Sarah was 14, she started working at Cece's Pizza Restaurant. Do you know what that is?
No.
Apparently it's some chain, but you can own, like, franchises of the chain, and you're the sole owner of those chains.
That's how all franchises work.
Do some, though, you own and then have to, like, report to corporate? And then some you can own solely and decide what you do with it? But then there's some rules for branding?
Well...
Because I thought that was the difference.
Most places, like, let's say I wanted to open a Cold Stone... Mm-hmm. You sign a franchise agreement. Most places, I guess it would be if it was a huge, they have franchise agreements where, like, you own the building, the money's yours, but, like, you have to use their advertisements and their menu.
Okay.
And, like, you're paying for the name, and
interesting.
So you don't get to decide what's on the menu, what ingredients, like,
yeah,
whatever.
they do all that kind of stuff, and you get to utilize it.
Yeah.
Or you have to utilize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was like that situation. The Cece's was owned by a man in his early 50s named Hal Sasko. Hal Sasko owned 2 or 3 Cece's in the area. There were differentiating reports from what I read. One was in Topeka for sure, Kansas, and then one was in a neighboring town called Lawrence. So Sarah, hardly a teen, was still having emotional difficulties and problems in her life. But Hal became sort of a father figure to her when she started working at one of the Cece's that he owned. Hal Sasko was originally from Florida and was the 10th of 12 children. There were 8 boys and 4 girls. He was a very type A person. His brother said he was, quote-unquote, the one who folded their socks. Which, I mean, most people fold their socks, I thought. No?
I don't.
You don't put them together in the whole thing?
It makes my mornings hard. I just have to search through the drawer and find another sock.
Then why don't you go ahead and fold them?
Because that takes valuable time out of my day.
But then it saves your valuable time when you're getting ready in the morning. You're investing
Logically, what you're saying makes no sense.